What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ministry in the Markets, where we strive to be people who understand the times to know what we have to do. My name is Jamal Rose. I am not a financial advisor, so please do not take anything that I say or do in these videos as financial advice. Please do your own DD and or due diligence slash research so you know what is best for you and your family in these financial times. Cool. That was the intro. Let's get into the info. This is the XRP chart on the daily. Okay. Let's zoom out here. Let's see where this supply zone came from and how I knew we were going to come back down eventually, regardless of whatever news came out as far as tariffs go, which is pretty much over now, and yet we're still dropping. So, what's going on? Okay, here. This is the XRP chart on the daily from January 16th, January 4th, 2018. Oh my gosh, why is my laptop going so slow? This is where I drew my supply zone from the top of that wick right there to somewhere down, probably in here. No, I know what it is. 272, I think is what it is, or 273. Okay, right there. So this, where everything got really wicky. If you don't know what that means, these are the bodies of the candles, right? And then these long streaks are the wicks. So where everything got really wicky means liquidity was being grabbed at those areas. So there's lots of supply in those areas. Okay. So work email. Let's go back to where we're currently at now. All right. This is where we're at. This is that supply zone I was talking about. So when everybody was getting super hyped that um, XRP was running up, was bouncing off of the 9 EMA beautifully, right? I was like, this is great. Let's see how we test this supply zone. Initially, came into it, wicked out of it, came into it, wicked out of it, right? And then had a really tough time trying to get back up to it. Okay, had some decent wicks down here to the bottom, was grabbing liquidity to hopefully make another run for it. And it did. Tested the bottom of the supply zone, came right back down. More wicks, right? Wicks were still, this is a great point. This is a uptrend. That's that is called. It's called an uptrend, right? You're making higher highs, right? And you're trying to establish some new higher highs and get rejected, and you go into this little bit of a downtrend, but you're really still making lower highs, right? This was a low, but this low is higher than this low, and then this low is higher than this low. You still haven't made a higher high yet until there, right? That is where you make your higher high, which is great, which is really bullish. Now let's see how we test the top of the supply zone. The top of the supply zone, I put slash ATH, all time high. So that was the top of the wick, the very, very top of the wick on January 4th, 2018, right? You test and break above all time highs and wick back down. That's bearish. Okay. Maybe try to get another retest and break and establish a body above the all time high so you can be bullish. Nope. You wick above it, come right back down. Then you have this bearish hammer candle again on the daily. The higher time frames give you a better picture of where you're going in the long term, or not the long term, at least the short to medium term where you're going to go. And so I sent out a text in our group message. Shout out to Believers Who Trade. Okay. I sent out a message. And I was like, hey, warning, keep an eye on this. This may not be good for the short to midterm for XRP. We're probably going to enter into a downtrend. Um, this bearish hammer candle that printed on right at the all-time highs is not good for a downtrend. Is not good for the uptrend that you just had established a few days before, right? You created higher highs, you were making higher lows, higher highs compared to that, and then you officially made the higher high from here. Then you had this bearish hammer candle, which is not good. And then you literally go into making lower highs, wicking again off of the all-time highs. Just cannot get above it, right? This right here, this gave me some hope though, because this is a really strong wick back to the upside, even though you started to create lower lows, right? This low is lower than this low. Price is trying to come back up, couldn't do it, right? That's not good because now you're making lower highs. This high is lower than this high, and this high is lower than this high, and this high is lower than this high. Okay, so what does that mean? A downtrend. That means a downtrend. Lower highs and lower lows equals a downtrend. So before everybody was like, oh, crypto's only down because of the tariffs and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You are literally entering into a downtrend on a higher time frame, rejecting off of all-time highs. That is bearish. Stop listening to the people who eat, man. Even if the tariff news never did that, right, on the daily, even if it never did that, and you just had X this candle and you just had these two candles, you're breaking below back out of the supply zone, rejecting off of all-time highs. That is extremely bearish. And so what you need to do is you need to understand long term, okay? Long term. I am extremely bullish on XRP. I plan on buying a bunch of XRP. Right now, absolutely not. My price targets really are around 125 and unfortunately 50 cents. I don't think they're going to let price come all the way down to 50 cents. I really don't. But if they do, I'm going to buy. I promise that. But as of right now, man, I think a lot of people were listening to way too much hype in this area. You're in a supply zone that you previously were getting rejected from, rejected. Well, yeah, rejected from, rejected from, rejected from. Um, and then you came into it, which was great, and then you're just kind of muddled around in here, and you rejected off all-time highs, rejected off all-time highs, bearish hammer candle, extremely bearish, especially on the daily, rejected from all-time highs, and then you just been on this slow lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high before the tariff news came out. Actually, oh yeah, one of these two were. This was the tariff news. Oh, they were mixed together. Actually, they're in between 2 days on crypto. But that is telling you, hey, we are headed into a downtrend. And so I think the tariff news was just an excuse to really drop it. And unfortunately, people are like, oh, but look at how bullish this wick was to bring us all the way back up here. It's awesome. XRP is so strong. You know, you're not gonna keep going down. And unfortunately, this wick has now made a lower low, right? We were just talking about that lower. This was the low. This was the lower low. This is a lower low. Okay. You're still making lower highs. Um, this right here actually wicked above this green candle, right? But then again, you're at the bottom of the supply zone, so there's tons of liquidity up here. And when you hit a supply, when there's plenty of supply, it's going to try to come back down to demand, where demand is most valuable, where price is most valuable. So we're looking for our next demand zone. And I think anywhere from 125 to even 50 cents is really where there's a lot of high demand in XRP. So, unfortunately for right now, I'm sorry, as price continues to wick and reject off of this supply zone up here, plus that bearish hammer candle at all-time highs for XRP. Don't shoot the messenger. We are in a downtrend. And this overall establishing this low, which is lower than these lows as we were on an uptrend, is not good. Sorry to tell you. But overall, again, XRP long term, I am here for it. I really, really am. But I just want to warn you and tell you, man, please stop listening to those people who are just all about hype. And they were telling you 2 weeks ago up here that XRP is gone. It's going to run. Don't worry about it. You're going $100 tomorrow. Unfollow those people, block them, and actually like videos and subscribe to videos that are not going to give you hype, but they're going to give you proper educational tools so you can be successful in the markets moving forward and legitimately be able to one day be financially free for your family. I love you. God bless you. Take care. No hate. I'm just trying to be honest with you. Catch y'all on the next one.